Good morning, Oracles! So we have a green day yesterday for Tesla despite the fact that the entire market was red. And that's a great bullish sign. We did see Tesla run significantly higher, almost to 1,050. It was great to see the run, but it pulled significantly back and we did close just under $1,000. So still up 0.5% when the Nasdaq was down almost 2%. Great sign. This is now 6 days in a row that Tesla has been green. So let's see how this plays forward. I was anticipating maybe a little bit of a sell-off today, but we didn't get it. We got a lot of bullish momentum and there were 40 million shares traded yesterday. So that is also bullish when you're green and you've got a lot of volume. Great news. So what is going on with Tesla right now? And I think a lot of people are finally still digesting what Elon had said during the Giga Berlin opening. And I went back and I listened to a few more things. And I listened to Stephen, Mark, Ryan, and Rob over at Tesla Daily. Just listening to everybody's takes on things and Dave Lee. And then listening to Elon himself again. And some little things started to click in my brain about what we can see for the future for this master plan that Elon has. And so one of the things that Elon had mentioned was in order to get the world switched over to sustainable energy, we need to have 300 terawatt hours of batteries out there. And then he followed it up and said, we are looking for 70 to 80% growth or more in the future. Now, previously, the last we had heard was Elon had stated that they're looking for 50% growth year over year, and maybe for the next year or two, we could be a little bit higher than that. Now, all of a sudden, we are looking at 70 to 80% growth or higher in the future. And if we're referencing his master plan, part of me is wondering if that mentality is thinking about the batteries that are needed and not just for EVs. Because thinking about the EV growth, the comment that he made about 50% growth year over year would take us to 20 million vehicles in 2030, as he had said before. So if we went to higher than that, we would be significantly above 20 million vehicles. So this leads me to believe that he is speaking about other things other than just EVs, and that takes us to energy. And energy, where he did say that the Giga Berlin factory is going to be producing megapacks. So I'm thinking that we are looking at 70 to 80% or higher growth for the entire company, which is going to involve EVs, energy, Tesla bots, insurance, everything that is involved in the company, looking for even higher growth in the future. So if you think that the 70 to 80% growth we have been seeing recently is high, wait till the company is 4 times its size and still growing at 70 to 80%. This is going to be insane. In a best case scenario, how many gigafactories will they have by 2030? And Elon said best case scenario is 10 gigafactories. So if they are looking to produce 20 million vehicles per year in 2030, with 10 gigafactories, that means that each gigafactory is going to be producing 2 million vehicles. Obviously, there may be some ramping at that time. There may be some other ones that have expanded to be bigger. But looking at 2 million vehicles every single year coming out of each of these factories is now set the baseline for what we are going to be expecting in the future for all of these factories. And, seeing as how quickly Shanghai ramped, it's really going to basically be like 2 years and you're going to be at your 2 million vehicles per year ramp. This is exciting. So if you're going to look at 2 years to 2 million for each factory coming, obviously Fremont is a one-off scenario because that's an old factory. But if we're going to be pushing out 2 million vehicles after 2 years being open in Shanghai, then you go two years for Austin and Berlin. By the time we hit 2024, we could be pushing out well over 5 million vehicles by the end of the year. So obviously a lot of things have to happen between now and then. The ramps need to go well, but that is a strong possibility based upon the numbers that Elon has just thrown out at us. And Elon also did say, brought everybody back down to reality and said, there are 2 billion vehicles worldwide that are out there right now. And Tesla has less than 0.5% of that. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done in production to be able to get them at a higher percentage. So part of me wonders if in his master plan, he's going to mention the percentage of vehicles that he would like Teslas to be in the global market. Maybe it's 10%, maybe it's 25%, maybe it's 50%. So thinking about even 10% of the vehicles in the global market being Teslas, that would be putting us at 200 million Teslas. Long way to go to get there. Obviously, we are, as Elon said, that's going to require a lot of production. But if we're going to be looking at 70 to 80% growth, if not more, over the next decade, that's what's going to get us there. So just do some rough numbers in your own head based off of revenues. If we had a $50 billion in revenue last year with just under 1 million vehicles, go ahead and multiply that by 200, and that is what we are looking to have cumulatively over the next maybe 15 to 20 years, depending on how long Elon thinks it's going to take for the company to be able to get them to that point. And keep in mind, that is just EVs. That isn't even the energy, which is going to have a larger S-curve. FSD, which is going to be attached to many of these vehicles that are going to be out on the roads. And so that software revenue, which is super high margin, being in all of those vehicles, the numbers are astronomical. And so again, I'm going to be putting all these numbers together in my valuation model in a couple of weeks, just because there's a lot of information I want to put together to toy with numbers, because putting all of these numbers into an FSD with AI coming out, there are very significant implications for the company to have massive, massive growth. Currently, my base price target for 2032 is $12,500. So I have a feeling that is going to significantly change based upon the information we just got, and I think it's going to be significantly higher. So I will let you guys all know when I come out with all of that. But my goodness, something massive is coming for Tesla, and for those of you who are invested and are looking at this long term, you are all going to be huge winners. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, I cannot guarantee this is going to happen, but looking at the foundation and looking at the stage that has been set for Tesla and that Tesla has set for itself, we are going to be in for an enormous decade. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think the percentage of global vehicles are going to be for Tesla in 2030? Do you think we're going to be at 2%, 5%, 10%? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I'm really curious as to see what Tesla's going to be pulling off over the next decade and how large of a piece of this global market they are going to have. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. Thank you so much. Have a great one.